Why do I feel like trash? Why do I feel worthless? Why do I feel not good enough? Not good enough to do something, to create what I want, to be what I want, to get love in the way that I want. Why don't I feel worthy of it? This is a common question that many of my clients ask whenever they work with me. And it's also a feeling that I have always felt for a long time myself. And I just want to talk about how actually absurd that way of thinking is. As women, we constantly doubt ourselves. We constantly question ourselves. We constantly criticize ourselves on whether we are worthy or not, whether we look like a high value woman or not, whether we are that woman who is popular, rich, or achieving, or whatever that is, right? You may be achieving a lot. On the outside, you can look good on paper, but on the inside, still, you can still feel like you're not good enough. You're not where you should be. You're not where you're supposed to be. And in your relationships, when you don't feel good enough, you may choose people, partners, relationships, situations that don't actually give you the exact kind of love that you want, but you find yourself settling for less than what you desire. And you may just say, this is you a part of you may think this is all I can get. Like, I need to be happy with this. I need to be happy with what I have. Or I need to make this work. Right? And it's actually such an exhausting place to be living in, my dear. Because think of it. Imagine a little bunny or whatever that little animal is. They want something, right? Imagine how absurd it is when, if you imagine a bunny and they want to eat a piece of a plant or a grass or flower, whatever that may be. Instead of actually going for it, they're questioning themselves. No one is even stopping them. They're questioning themselves. Do I deserve to eat that plant? Is that plant, am I good enough for that plant? Do I have enough of a fur in order to be worthy of that plant? No such thing in nature does it. The trees are not questioning themselves. They're not like, am I deserving of this sunlight? And then depending on whether they believe that they deserve or not, they're not like opening themselves, photosynthesizing based on them. No. Out in nature, when we desire something, when we want to receive something, we simply allow ourselves. But as human beings, as human minds, we stop and we question ourselves. Even if we really badly want something, we feel like we're not good enough for it. Whether that is in your career or whether that is the type of love that you truly desire in a partner, you question ourselves. Am I good enough for this person? Will that person want me? And no wonder it's creating a lot of unhappiness, a lot of unfulfillment within ourselves. Because we don't trust what's here. We don't trust this feeling. We don't trust the pull of life, but instead we are resisting life. We are resisting the natural current of what we desire, of what we want to choose. And the good news is that when you finally want to remember your worth, when you finally want to remember your not just high value woman, you don't even have to try hard to be a high value woman. You already are of infinite worth. But if you actually want to remember it, the key is not about trying to be more, trying to earn more, trying to achieve more, trying to have more so that you can prove to other people that you finally are worthy. Because who are you actually proving to? You're proving actually to no one. Yes, other people may be impressed by it, but this mental construct, this thing around worth actually doesn't exist. So when we are trying to be of high self-worth, we're not actually doing anything for anyone. We're not benefiting anyone. It's such a waste of energy. It's such a waste of your life force, of the beingness of who you are. Because the truth is that you don't have to prove yourself that or to other people that you are worthy. Because your worth you don't have to question it. Life just exists. It simply is. Just like how the other day I was looking at all the fish that were swimming down by this stream that you can see right there. There are fish of all different sizes. There are bigger fish, tiny fish, and they're all swimming. They're all swimming happily. And the truth is that the reason why they can flow with life, they can flow in this stream, is because they're not questioning themselves. They're not questioning on whether they are worthy in order to swim in this river or not. God is not judging them. Like, you cannot exist because you are a small fish. You cannot exist because you have soft gills. You cannot exist because your skin is not shiny enough or flashy enough. Whatever it is, right? Everything, every color of every size, every shape is allowed to exist, right? Fish of all kinds are allowed to exist. The same way in plants, God is not like only the big trees can exist because they're big. The grasses cannot exist. No, everything is perfect in their own way, and just like that, so are you. Perfect in your own way. But if you are questioning your worth, you cannot truly see this perfection of who you are. If you are trying to have a high self-worth to become that high value woman, you cannot see the perfection of who you are. Because you are limiting, instead of seeing the whole vastness and expansion of life, you are limiting to that small self, to that limited perception of who you should be. Worth only exists. The truth is, worth only exists. It doesn't exist in life. It doesn't exist in reality. It only exists in the mind. It only exists because of judgment, because you are judging something. It can only exist in a mind that is judging, which is the reason why I mentioned that trying to prove your worth to other people is also useless and is pointless, because worth only exists in the mind of judgment. But judging, even judging, it is an illusion. When there is love, there is no more judgment. So by you trying to prove your worth, You're only pleasing to that judgmental mind, which actually disappears and evaporates when it actually meets truth, when it actually meets love. And judging only exists because you are associating yourself with something else outside of you. You are associating yourself, attaching yourself. It needs an attachment. Your worth needs an attachment in order for you to say that you are worthy of something or not. That is why people may say that, oh, I'm not worthy enough because I don't have, my bank account is only this much, or I'm not worthy enough because I'm not living in a mansion. I'm not worthy enough because I don't have this six pack body, or whatever that may be. Worth only exists based on these things. But the truth is, these things are not you. Who you are is a being beyond them. You are an infinite being beyond them. And when you are trying to prove your worth, you're actually boxing yourself in. Even if you're trying to prove your worth with $1 million business, or even if you're trying to prove your worth with this big flashy career, whatever that may be, you're actually boxing yourself. It's actually that thing that you see as high value is actually nothing compared to who you are. Who you are is beyond comparison. Who you are is eternal. And as long as you think that you are this finite thing that is limited to what you're wearing, what you're owning, what's in your bank account, you will never be free from this. You will always be thinking that you're not good enough. You will always be thinking that you're not worthy. Because life is simply inviting you to see the truth of who you are. And when you are who you are, there is nothing that you have to prove, nothing that you have to try to deserve, to be deserving of. You have to prove or be or do in order to be deserving of. You are deserving just because you exist. So can you let yourself receive just because you exist? And that, my love, is your true worth.